Welcome back to my channel. My name's Lisa Jane, as you all know by now. Thank you so much for being here, and if you are new, thank you for popping by. I would love for you to stick around, so please hit that subscribe button. I am trying to do lots and lots more bookish content for you, and it would be great to have some of them conversations in the comments down below. Today's video is going to be a book haul. It's not a very big book haul. I've got 8 books to show you. And actually I've got one that I want to get that's not out yet. So we will talk about that in a bit. I've got a little bit of a new setup at the minute. I did some decorating in the house yesterday and put all my autumn decks out. So I'm sorry if this is distracting you. I can move it, but I bought this lovely truck. So I just thought it'd be quite nice to be popped there. The first two books I'm going to show you are books I actually got for free. They were giving them away. It was just like a book pile and you could help yourself. I can't even remember where it was. It was somewhere when I went on holiday. And the first book is Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. This book, as far as I'm aware, is a historical fiction. It is dirty and, you know, it's been read, but at the end of the day, it's free and it's one that I wasn't absolutely desperate to get to, but one that I would have liked to read. So I picked it up and it just says, Chemist Elizabeth Zott is not your average woman. In fact, Elizabeth Zott would be the first to point out there is no such thing. But it's the early 1960s and all her male team at Hastings Research Institute take a very unscientific view of equality. Forced to resign, she reluctantly signs on as a host of a cooking show, Supper at 6. But her revolutionary approach to cooking, fueled by scientific and rational commentary, grabs the attention of a nation, and soon a legion of overlooked housewives find themselves daring to change the status quo one molecule at a time. So obviously we're based back in the 1960s when equality for women was not the same as maybe it is now, even though there's probably a lot more needs to be done. However, yeah, I really like the sound of this one. I love cooking, so I thought it was just up my street. But yeah, you cannot moan when you get a free book. So that's book number one. The second book that I got for free, very different, is a fantasy book. I couldn't believe it when I saw it there. It has got some damage to it, which I'm very sad about. However, again, if I really like it, I think I'm probably going to buy it because I'll want to continue the series. And this is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I have seen this all over YouTube. And there's a lot of people who don't want to read it. And not because it's a bad book, but because it's so big. However, like I've said before, page numbers don't bother me. I read it in the amount of time I read it in, and that's the end of it. As long as I enjoy it, that's the main thing. So this one just says, a world divided, a queendom without an heir, an ancient enemy awakens. And it just says, blending politics with high adventure and the epic with the intimate, the narrative builds like a tidal wave before sweeping towards an awesome climatic finale. So it doesn't really tell you much about the story, but I just know it's like an epic fantasy and I am all here to give this one a go. And for free, again, you can't moan. So, book number... Right, let me do these first. I'm going to put them in sort of order. So I bought, when I was away on holiday in August, 3 books from Waterstones. The first book was one I saw last year and it really caught my eye and I was desperate to buy it and I just didn't buy it in the end. And it is another fantasy. I think it is a romantasy, and that is The Wren in the Holly Library. A street thief, Kias, could have known something wasn't right. Now she's trapped in a library with a monster. She can't run, she can't hide, and this man, this being filled with terrible power and darkness, is well within his rights to kill her. By trespassing, Kias has broken the fragile peace treaty between monsters and humans, but instead of killing her, Graves does the unexpected. He offers her a job. a chance to find out who she really is. Keys has always known she's different, that she can do things a little better, a little faster, and then there's that sense she is when danger is only a breath away. But if the old tales are true, there are worse things in the world than monsters. I've got a feeling I read somewhere about it being like a fairy tale, or I could be getting it mixed up completely with a different book, so don't listen to me on that. But yeah, another like fantasy or romantasy, and the cover's just beautiful on it, isn't it? Just gorgeous. The next book I bought from Waterstones was one on my anticipated reads, and that is The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst. These are cosy fantasies. Sarah brought out The Spell Shop last year, and I read it on holiday. I bought it on holiday, and I think I read it on holiday. Absolutely loved it. There wasn't major plot points or anything like that, but it just had all that whimsical, cosy feelings. And yeah, like I said, I just really loved it. This one isn't connected to that one as such, but it is based within the same world. So this one just says it's set in the same world as The Spell Shop, and it's a warm, cosy fantasy about love, forbidden magic, self-discovery and second chances. So it says, Tulu Perna broke the law because she was lonely. She cast a spell and created a magically sentient spider plant. As punishment, she is turned into a wooden statue and tucked away in an alcove in the Great Library of Elysium. When years later Tulu wakes up, she finds herself on a nearly deserted island covered in hundreds of magical greenhouses. The only other human on the island is a grumpy but surprisingly sweet gardener. He offers Tulu a place to sleep, clean clothes and freshly baked honey cakes, at least until she's ready to sail home. Tulu can't return home though, nor does she want to, and when she learns that magic that sustains the greenhouses is failing, causing the death of everything within them, she knows she must stay and help, even if that means breaking the law again. Assisted by the gardener, a sentient rose and a winged cat, Tulu must uncover the spell that will save the island and possibly also find a fresh chance at love and happiness along the way. So that just sounds so cosy, and I really can't wait for this one. I think, as far as I'm aware, it's based in the winter time, this one. So I'm hoping to put this on my winter TBR. So I will try and maybe vlog this one. I don't know. I haven't made my mind up, but let me know what you think, because obviously you're the ones watching these videos. So yeah, that's another book from Waterstones. The last book I picked up from Waterstones was A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Mandana. I haven't read the Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. That is on my September TBR, I think. Or is it? I can't remember. I don't think it is. I think I'm totally making that up. It's probably what I wished was on my September TBR. So hopefully we get it on the October one. But I would like to read obviously that book first before I read this one. But again, these are just like, I don't know if this is classed as like a cosy fantasy as well. But it just says, once Sarah Swan was one of the most powerful witches in Britain. Then she resurrected her great aunt Jasmine from the very recently dead, lost most of her powers, befriended a semi-villainous talking fox and was exiled from her guild. Now she helps Jasmine run an enchanted inn in Lancashire, where she deals with their quirky guests, shenanigans and longs for a future that seems lost. And I think there's some romance in there, and yeah, I think it's probably another like cosy fantasy. So really looking forward to this, but need to read the other one first. I'm actually really sad now because I honestly thought it might be on my September TBR, but I don't think it is. If you want to find out though, you can go and watch that video. That will be somewhere on my list of videos to watch. And then the next three I've just purchased off Amazon. I'd seen One of them, I went to visit a lovely like farm shop local to where I am, or I say local, it's about a 30-minute drive away. And I saw this book and I read the back of it and thought I really liked it. And then I just put it down and then I regretted it when I got home and then I ended up buying it. So it is very different vibes. Isolation Island by Louise Minchin. This is a thriller. It is set in the winter and it just says 10 celebrities arrive on a remote Scottish island. 2 weeks to win the prize of a lifetime. One dark secret and the game turns deadly. So it's inside it just says 10 celebrities have arrived to take part in a grueling reality survival show. 2 weeks completely alone on a remote Scottish island in the depths of winter. With some careers on the rise and others whose star is fading, almost everyone has something to play for. But investigative journalist Lauren has one question. What does Hollywood megastar Nate Sterling have to gain by taking part? With a production team that seems incapable of keeping them safe, a gathering storm and the unrelenting gaze of hidden cameras, the contestants are stretched to the limit as they try to outshine their fellow competitors and hide their darkest secrets. So that's a bit of a thriller, but I think, like I say, it's set in the winter time, so this is going to be one going on my winter TBR. And then one of these is a new release and I just had to buy it. I've heard a lot about it. It's Dark Academia. I'm sure you can guess already. It's not long come out and that is Catabasis. I think that's how you say it, or Catabasis. However it's pronounced, this is the book I bought. And I haven't read a lot of Dark Academia. It's something I'd really like to read. And this one just says, grad student Alice Law has only ever had one goal, to become the brightest mind in the field of analytic magic. But the only person who can make her dream come true is dead and inconveniently in hell. And Alice, along with her biggest rival Peter Murdoch, is going after him. But hell is not as the philosophers claim. Its rules are upside down, and if she's going to get out of there alive, she and Peter will have to work together. That's if they can agree on anything. Will they triumph or kill each other trying? So I'm hoping to get to this before the end of the year. In fact, it's not on my September TBR, but it's highly likely that I'm going to want to read it very, very soon. And then last but not least, and this was one I was thinking for like October, November time, and you will see why. And this was literally £3 and it's called The Hot Hex Boyfriend by Carly Bloom. I've not read anything by Carly Bloom, but I just like the cover with the cat and the cauldron, and it's just a typical romance book, I think, with a bit of magic involved in there. So yeah. And this one just says, as a child, Delia Merriweather believed with all her heart that she was a witch. Because all Merriweather women are witches. There's just one problem. None of them have any magic. As an adult, Delia no longer believes magic even exists. But when she somehow accidentally breaks a hex and restores her family's power, she's forced to accept a new reality. She is a witch. And maybe that's why the crushingly handsome guy next door has been looking at her like he's expecting her to fly off on a broomstick, cackling into the night. Just when Max Halifax thinks he's done keeping an eye on the bumbling, magicless Merriweather woman, he suddenly finds himself forced to help his neighbours learn to control their magic before they out witches everywhere. And despite Delia's open suspicion of him, Max just can't tell whether his growing feelings for Delia are real or if he's come under the spell of the most cluelessly powerful witch he's ever known. So yeah, it's just a fun one. Nice short read, shorter than the ones I've been reading recently. As I'm filming this, I'm still in the middle of, I can't think what it's called. Shield of Sparrows. So that is a big book. It looks like I'd get through it quite fast. The writing's not particularly spoiling it. However, it's taken me quite a time because I'm going back and rereading things. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. That was just the, how many did we say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 books I would like to read. I've just forgot. And I always do that. Whenever I haven't got them physically with me, I forget about them. It's not the end of the video just yet. I'm going to pop an image here. I absolutely love the Dream Harbour series, and I am just waiting for the release of the Gingerbread Bakery. This book comes out on the 11th of September, I believe, which is a Thursday. I did pre-order this, but then I cancelled it because I know the works are coming out with a sprayed edged edition, which I'm really, really excited for. So look out for that one, because that one will be coming soon. I think that one follows Annie and Mac. I could be wrong. Annie and Mac are featured throughout the Dream Harbour series previously, and they've got that bit of enemies to lovers kind of vibe going on. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I know the sprayed edges have got like candy canes on them, so I'm really excited, and I'm assuming it's going to be set around the Christmas period. So it's probably, even though I'm buying it now, I might try and save it till a bit closer to the Christmas time, maybe November, December time. But yes, we are now at the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like my new setup. I'm not always going to be in this position, but it's just nice to film in different places. But yeah, they are the 9 books 8 books I've most recently purchased, and 1 I will be purchasing very soon. If you like this video, please stick around and subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.